But then you got a camera. Maybe there's 4. I don't know.
No.
It's just kind of cool. I mean,
Just that camera. That's it.
Does it spit? Can it shoot something at me?
No, absolutely not. All right. How you holding up?
It's tough.
I can't imagine, bud.
Here we go. Are you LDS?
What's that?
Are you LDS?
I'm not. I'm not.
Do you know LDS members?
I know the Latter-day Saints is what it stands for. Am I
know.
correct?
You're helping getting me there, aren't you?
I don't know, buddy. I don't know.
think
I
you
apologize for not knowing
are. Oh, it's okay.
more about that.
Are you married?
I am not.
Do you have a mom, though?
I do.
And you know her well?
I do.
That's what I'm trying to help everyone find. Is there...
Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the ones they love.
That's noble.
This is Richard Kirk. In 2014, he lived in an upscale Denver, Colorado home with his wife, Christine, and their 3 young sons. From the outside, Richard appeared to be a devoted father and husband who cherished his family and faith. However, as is often the case, appearances can be deceiving, and not every family is as happy as they seem.
Married. And are you my age?
Oh, how old are you?
I haven't met
What's your
you.
name? What's your name? I don't even know your name.
Richard.
Richard, I'm Troy.
Troy.
Call me Troy. All right. I'm just about 40. How old are you?
Have I met you before?
I don't think so. Where'd you grow up? Did you grow up in town?
Salt Lake.
Salt Lake? Yeah. I grew up in Denver.
Did you?
Yeah.
I like Denver.
I like it. Been here my whole life. Only been to Utah one time, Moab. It's beautiful.
It is. I went there once too.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. So I want to sit down, obviously, and talk about everything. I don't know if you've ever been through anything like this before.
4 years, Richard harbored a secret. He struggled with chronic back pain and was prescribed painkillers to manage it. Over time, he developed an addiction to the medication, often depleting his monthly prescription far too quickly. This dependency drove him to spend significant amounts of the family's money to obtain more pills, ultimately straining their finances. The mounting financial stress and Richard's addiction began to take a toll on his marriage, leading to frequent conflict and tension within the household.
You and I talking and figuring this out and figuring out what happened. I want your side of the story, but I'm going to read you your rights. Okay? Have you ever, I'm sure you've seen that on TV, all that stuff they talk about. Have you ever gone over your rights before? Anybody ever talked to you about your rights before?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, all right. Well, it's something that you and I are going to go over, and I want to be 100% certain that you understand everything in it. Okay? It's just you and me talking here. If, there's a camera. There's a camera. Everything I do is recorded.
Well, everything in life so far. So.
Anymore, it is, yeah. I want you to be 100% certain. So if you don't understand something that I'm talking about, let me know so we can clarify it, okay?
On April 14, 2014, Richard ran out of his painkillers and began experiencing withdrawal symptoms. While driving home, he noticed a local dispensary and decided to stop inside. In Colorado, recreational cannabis use was fully legal, and Richard, desperate for relief, hoped it could take the edge off. He purchased a couple of edible products, drove home, and consumed them. After waiting over an hour without feeling any effects, he decided to take more. Suddenly, the effects of everything he had consumed hit him all at once.
Okay. I know this is just a ton to be going through. All right? I know everything's moving a mile a minute.
And physical things are hurting.
You're hurting right now?
Oh, yeah.
Are you?
Well,
are you okay?
I don't know. I think so, but...
Do you want me to
little numb
I
to
just-
tell, you know.
We were talking about that.
A little shock of everything
Right.
that happened and what transpired. It was like, that's
I understand.
some things that put a toll on a physical body that's almost 50 and not in super great shape.
That night, Christine Kirk made a frantic call to 911, telling the dispatcher that her husband had been using cannabis heavily and was scaring her and their 3 children. She explained that Richard appeared to be hallucinating, rambling about the end of the world. What terrified Christine most was when Richard begged her to shoot him. The 911 call lasted 13 tense minutes and ended abruptly with a scream, followed by the sound of a gunshot.
You have a phone number at home there? How about a cell phone? What's the best way that I can get a hold of you?
Well, I don't have any of that with me now. It's my brother.
Your brother?
Yeah.
What's your brother's?
They stripped everything from me, so...
Well, okay. But you have a cell phone? Or you had a cell phone that the police officers have right now?
I don't know if they have it or if it's at my house. I don't
Okay,
know.
we'll figure all that out. What's the phone number for that phone?
Are you supposed to ask me all these questions, or...
You don't have to answer it. You don't have to answer anything you don't want.
I mean, I don't know why
That's
you're...
cool. No, that's cool. That's cool. It's cool. I just wanted to know the best way that if I had to call you.
No, I just
What
want to
number
talk
would I
with
call?
my brother.
Yeah.
When the police arrived at the Kirk home, Richard was immediately handcuffed and placed in a squad car without hesitation. During the drive to the police station, he confessed to killing his wife. Once there, Richard was taken into an interrogation room, where he appeared disoriented and struggled to fully grasp the gravity of his actions. As the detective began reading him his rights, Richard feigned difficulty understanding what was being said, further adding to the confusion surrounding his state of mind.
This is a lot to go through. I can't imagine. I don't know what happened. And I'd like to get your side of the story. And the truth is all I care about. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll go through your rights. How'd that be? To make sure that you understand.
You have rights for me,
You have rights.
and you're just letting me know what they are?
We'll go over it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, is this just normal procedure?
Yeah. This is everybody I talk to. I have to make sure that they understand that they don't have to talk to me. Like with the phone. You didn't want to give me your phone number? That's totally fine. It's the same throughout the whole time that you and I talk. Feel uncomfortable about telling me something? You don't have to tell me. You don't have to talk to me, period.
But I trust you.
Well, I don't know you. You don't know me either. Right?
Right.
But I'd like to get to know you. I'd like to get to trust you.
Okay.
I think this is our opportunity.
Okay.
But it's your decision, all right?
Okay, I'll make that decision to do that.
Okay, let's go over it, all right? Let me get past this part right here. There's nobody else in the room with us. And I started that camera.
Although Richard never explicitly explained why he committed the crime, only attributing it to being under the influence, some speculate that he had been planning it for some time and intended to use the edibles as an excuse. This theory suggests that he hoped to evade responsibility by pleading insanity. If Richard believed he could get away with the crime by pretending to be mentally unstable, it would explain his behavior during the interrogation. Throughout the interview, Richard spoke with a childlike demeanor, feigning confusion and acting as though he couldn't grasp even the simplest questions. Despite this facade, his actions suggested a clear awareness of the situation and a calculated effort to protect himself. For instance, he expressed concerns about signing paperwork, claiming he feared losing his home. However, it was evident that his real hesitation stemmed from a belief that signing might negatively affect his legal defense. Richard's behavior hinted at a deliberate attempt to manipulate the situation while appearing innocent or impaired.
All right, Richard, here's the rights I want to talk to you about.
Okay. We all have these as Americans.
Yes, sir. Every one of us. Okay. So the first one is you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used as evidence against you in court. You have a right to talk to a lawyer before questioning and have him present during questioning. If you can't afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you without cost to you before questioning. Do you understand each of these rights that I've read to you?
I was kind of spaced out.
You want to go over them? We'll go over them again.
Yes, please.
All right. All right, you have a right to remain silent.
Okay.
Anything you say can be used as evidence against you in court. You have a right to talk to a lawyer before questioning and have him present during questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you without cost to you before questioning. Do you understand each of those rights that I just read to you? And then down here, there's a second part of this. And that first part was do you understand everything that I read to you? Second part is knowing
I've
your
heard
rights.
these on TV.
Exactly.
It's just,
This
I've
is the
never
one,
gone
right?
through it and gone, yes,
You've never
I
listened to
understand
it.
that. Oh, yeah, that's reality. Oh, what is
Right.
that? What did that mean? I'm going to just sign my house away.
Richard makes a calculated move to divert attention from the paperwork by shifting the focus of the conversation. He begins asking questions about his location, then feigns shock upon realizing he is at a police station. By pretending to be surprised that he is in custody, Richard attempts to create the impression that he doesn't understand the gravity of the situation, subtly suggesting that he doesn't believe he has done anything wrong. Throughout the interrogation, the death of his wife is never mentioned, and Richard carefully avoids bringing it up himself. Instead, he tries to steer the conversation toward generalities, claiming that no one is interested in the truth. By doing this, Richard hopes to prompt the detective to share their version of events, allowing him to react in a way that reinforces his insanity defense. His strategy is clear: to manipulate the dialogue and shape perceptions of his mental state without directly incriminating himself.
I don't want to do that.
This is what you see on TV. Exactly.
Well, I'm not going to fall for it. I mean, I'll sign something.
I can tell you, this isn't a trick.
Stuff.
I will not step on your rights, bud.
No,
I just will not. You know, this is what we are afforded as Americans in this country. You and me.
We've voted and we have the right to bear arms.
We do. Yes.
I know we do.
What this is that, do you know where you are right now?
Not exactly. It's a little blue office, and it seemed like I saw people scurry and kind of run away. Honestly, I have no idea where I am right now.
All right.
I don't know if I'm in a police station.
You are. Yeah.
Okay.
You're at Denver Police Headquarters.
I didn't realize where anyone was taking me or anything.
I know. It's a lot to go through. Everything happens fast.
And that's where I am. This is what a police station looks like.
This is what an interview room looks like.
I'm paying a lot of money. How come there's all this?
Well, we use this guy.
Camera, but you got a hole in the carpet here. My foot's about to go through some kind of metal apparatus. Yeah, right. It's not like it is on TV.
This is Denver. Yeah.
I mean, I'm in bad shape. I get it, but it's not because of me. It's because what's going on?
I don't want you to feel uncomfortable, but I'm not trying to make you feel, you watch those old movies and stuff like that.
Who else is interested in the truth? You only.
Me. It's you and me right here.
So far, nobody's been interested in the truth.
Well, I'm a detective. That's what I do. Do you know what a detective does?
Yeah, looks into things.
Do you know why?
Finds out why that happened.
Why, what,
anything.
who,
The
everything.
truth of it.
The truth. That's it, right
You're
there.
like Columbo?
No, I'm not like Columbo.
Are you better than Columbo?
I'm not better than Columbo, no.
Oh, no?
That's TV. This is the real world. This is the real world.
We're in deep crap then. So are you on my
I
side
am.
or not on my side?
I'm on the side of the truth, but that's it. If you're going to tell me the truth, then I'm on your side.
Wow, that's a big if these days. Goodness. Figuring out who's going to listen. I mean, even I don't tell the truth.
You don't?
No, not
Why not?
always.
Well,
Because I'm not
not
always
always.
honest.
Well,
I'm
I don't
telling
think
you,
any of us are
I'm in a
always.
material world. I can't go around explaining everything. I would be in much more trouble I am now if I just said what I thought every time I said it by my wife. Goodness.
Well,
I'm jittery. I'm all worked up. You know.
I understand.
I've been through a lot. I
Right.
really have. This is probably, well, man, down. There's a complete truth and absolute.
and that's why I was called.
The detective begins the questioning by emphasizing that only Richard can provide the truth, since he was the one who witnessed what happened. This line of questioning unsettles Richard, who knows that asking for a lawyer could undermine his effort to appear mentally unstable, as it would demonstrate awareness of the situation. Realizing he needs to double down on his act, Richard decides to turn up the crazy. Each time the detective asks about his wife's death, Richard deflects with random, irrelevant responses, avoiding any meaningful engagement. His behavior seems carefully orchestrated to give the appearance of confusion and mental instability, allowing him to sidestep the questions while attempting to reinforce the illusion of insanity.
But nobody knows. No. You were there, right? I wasn't there with you.
No, but then you came in together, didn't you? And they went the other way.
They came down.
Are you taking me on a journey?
I don't know.
Man, you're a trip. I don't even know you, but I feel like I've known you forever. I still.
Do you believe me that that's all I'm looking for is the truth?
Do you believe in Jesus Christ?
I do.
He's your savior?
Mm-hmm.
He's mine too. My wife and children's. Even mine. My life.
Right. So
That's
I want
the
to.
truth. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if that's where you're at too. I don't know. I'm following you.
Well, I'm following you. So I guess it's us. Right?
Where do we go?
Well,
Because we're in here now. Do you know?
I don't know, but like I said,
What do we talk about?
you were there, and I wasn't there. And so what I want from you,
Is the truth.
the truth.
Who else can be in here with us? Don't we need two?
No.
I think we do.
Two what? Two detectives?
Two people, yeah, other than you and me and the camera. You have. Right now, I'm sitting here all alone in the whole world and eternity universe. Are you also?
Mm-hmm.
Realizing he can no longer evade the detective's questions, Richard decides it's time to subtly push for legal representation. Playing dumb, he asks if there should be someone else in the room, then remarks that he feels all alone, indirectly hinting at the need for a lawyer. He hopes the detective will take the bait and mention a lawyer first, allowing Richard to simply agree without explicitly requesting one. However, the detective sees through Richard's ploy and refuses to fall for his games, maintaining control of the conversation.
Am I scaring you?
No.
Is that what you mean?
No, you're not
No?
scaring me.
Okay,
Am I
good.
scaring you?
No. I think you and I can figure this all out.
You won't believe what I've been through. Have you been through the same?
I don't know. Richard, I want you to put me standing next to you when everything happened. You make me see what you saw. All right? You know how you do that?
Mm-hmm.
You explain in detail with the truth. And you and I will get to the bottom of this.
Okay, but we need people also with us. Brethren. We just need another party other than the camera, don't you think? Someone you love and someone I love? Who do you trust?
I trust my family. I trust my brother detectives, my sister detectives. I trust my friends. How about you?
I have to trust everybody.
Yeah.
I do now.
That's good.
Never really thought about it before, even though I've gone through a lot. Thinking about it, not actually thinking about it, but thinking about it. Spending a whole lot more time being on the other side, probably the eternity on that side. Thinking about it.
We can do this. We can sort it all out. Are you confused?
Oh yeah. But I've also asked the Lord to be with me. It's the only way I can make it there now. Period. You understand
That's
that?
what I believe. On my way in, I asked the Lord the same thing.
And who is your Lord?
God.
And
Jesus.
who else?
I don't know. We can do this, bud.
Is it the Holy Ghost?
Yeah. Let's go through this again. I want to make sure you understand this. Because I will not step on your rights, bud. I won't do it.
Rights are one thing. We also have to have love and truth.
Right.
I'm just wondering what the truth is right now. I don't know to trust myself.
You don't trust yourself?
No, not right now.
What happens next is intriguing. Richard shifts the conversation to reflect on his interaction with the detective, describing it as a journey. However, he slips up by asking if the interrogation strategy was developed by a specific company. This question suggests that Richard recognizes the detective's methods as deliberate and rehearsed, revealing his awareness of being interrogated and his understanding of the situation. Recognizing his error, Richard quickly tries to divert attention. To cover his tracks, he asks the detective an outlandish question: whether the cameras in the room are equipped to shoot him. This attempt to steer the focus back to his supposed confusion only further highlights the complexity of his behavior.
Do you feel like...
You're new to me, Brandon.
Right, I
I've seen
understand.
a lot of people. I'm like, yes, you're doing a very good job of talking to me and telling me, kind of taking me on a bit of an emotional, and is this developed by core?
By what?
The Common Core curriculum or something? This type of interrogation?
This is you and me talking. This is not...
But then you got a camera. Maybe there's 4. I don't know.
No.
It's just kind of cool. I mean,
Just say
it looks,
camera. That's it.
Does it spit? Can it shoot something at me?
No, absolutely not.
It's just looking.
Absolutely not.
Who's on the other end of it?
The recorder, that's it.
And right now, at this
It's
particular
you
time,
and I.
you can guarantee me that it's just a recording right now. Nobody's staring into the monitor going, "What are they talking about right now?"
I can't guarantee you. I don't know
Have I watched
who's...
too many video games? Or watched them beyond back? Or what?
Well,
Am I
listen,
getting into it too far?
the recording, what do you think that's for? That's to document everything that you and I talk about.
Right.
That's so that I can't tell anybody that you said something that you didn't say. Right?
Right.
Works both ways. You can't say that I came in here, beat you up, you know.
No, you didn't do that.
It's a lot different than what you see in movies and stuff like that.
Richard asks if he is being booked, interpreting the concept of being read his rights as a sign of arrest. The detective clarifies that Richard is not under arrest but is being detained and is not free to leave. Undeterred, the detective presses forward with questions about the death of Richard's wife. This time, however, Richard abandons subtlety and makes it clear that he wants a lawyer, signaling a shift in his approach to the interrogation.
So this is kind
This
of
is
just
you
being
and me
booked in.
talking.
This
No,
is-
you're not being booked in. You're not. This is
I
you
thought when
and me
you read
talking.
Miranda rights, that meant the person was under arrest. But you were just telling
It's
me
true.
what they were.
Right. We're going over your rights, because at this point right here, you are not free to leave. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're at Denver Police Headquarters.
It's hard for me not to talk, but oh man, what is this? Is it just water like I asked for?
I
Honey,
promise
or
you,
what?
it's just water. You want some more?
Yes, please.
I'll get you
I
some
gotta
more.
hydrate my body a little bit. I kind of been put to the arena.
I believe it.
I mean,
I believe
it
it.
wasn't. Yeah, back and forth. It was
Do you want to talk with me?
sure.
All right. Let's go through this again.
Let's go see someone from the church though while we do it.
I
An
can't.
attorney from the church.
An attorney from the church?
Yeah.
In February 2017, Richard chose to avoid a trial and pled guilty to his crimes. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison and relinquished custody of his 3 sons to his wife's parents. While in prison, Richard participated in an interview where he was asked several questions about the events surrounding his wife's death.
I miss contact. I miss the loving contact of my family, the embraces of my wife, the scent of clean pillows. I miss that I have absolutely no communication with my 3 sons, and I haven't since the night I was put in the back of a police car. I miss everything about my boys. There's no one particular thing. I love them with all my heart. For the longest time, I've had this picture in my mind, being released and walking out into the grass of a jailhouse, and my 3 boys coming running towards me, wrapping their arms around me and saying they love me.